Alright, this is a follow-up to my latest video titled I Messed Up. Now, first and foremost, I want to say thank you ever so much to everyone who reached out to support. Truly means the world to me, and my anguish is lessened and my thumos is rising again, and I'm fully motivated to keep pushing the metapolitical struggle. So, before getting into the main topic of this fine video, I just want to respond to a few questions that arose on my latest video in regard to support and similar matters. So yes, I have tried to reach out to YouTube, to Google, to see if I can remonetize my channel, but it has been of no use. Anyway, I don't mind. It is what it is. I am gladly making these videos anyway. And I also got the question regarding direct support, and you can head over to thegoldenone.se under the contact and support page. You find some ways there, and then also you can subscribe to The Greatest Podcast. And just as with the clothing, I view my podcast episodes as, a work of art. It's something I am proud to present, so do definitely check it out. Perhaps you want to start walking, go for a daily walk during summer to get in a bit of a better shape, which I recommend. Always good to walk, and if I can be your companion in your earphones during those walks, it would be my pleasure. So yeah, do check out The Greatest Podcast. It can also be found on thegoldenone.se. Now then, on to the greatest black pill. There are many black pills to choose from, and this is something that makes me genuinely sad. Can almost bring a tear to my eye. As a romantic dreamer and as a sensitive young man, this makes me quite sad to think about, and that is all of the love stories that never were. They did not come to pass because of the current romantic situation, as it were. So the sexual dynamics between men and women at this moment in time. And so latest video I talked about how hard it is for young couples to settle down, to have children, because the housing market is completely insane. And something else that is quite insane in some places in the West, you have many young men without any realistic prospects of getting a girlfriend, a wife to start a family with, because of many different reasons. And this is of course the great black pill that can make me quite sad to think about. All of these guys, they want a girlfriend, they want a wife, they want to have a family, they would make great fathers, everything like that, but because of the situation, the prospects, they aren't looking all too good. And now two things can be true at the same time. You do have a personal responsibility, and you can definitely change your destiny via your will. You can impose your will on reality. It's definitely something you can do. I try to do it all the time myself. Second point, which is also true, is that if you are in a situation where you haven't got a girlfriend, you don't have a wife, you aren't married, it's not necessarily your fault. It can also just be the way society is structured at the moment. So just the same way, if you are in your 30s or 20s and you are in a relationship but you can't find a place to stay, it's not necessarily your fault. It's not necessarily your fault that you are in that situation, which 50 years ago would be a situation which could be quite easy to get to. One, finding a woman, two, finding a place to stay. So what was a given a few generations back, it's a dream for many young men today. And what I want to say is that yes, we can optimize our chances of a nice outcome. We can definitely do that, but I don't want anyone to feel bad with themselves because they don't have certain things, such as a girlfriend or a wife. So don't feel bad with yourself, because it just might be the case that society at the moment is built in a way that doesn't really facilitate these outcomes. So what is needed is regime change, a great change in society, so that we can actually have these nice things again. There is only so much you can do on an individual level, and believe you me, this pains me to say, because all of my work in the Immaterium over all of these years, the central teaching has always been that you should believe in your own ability to create your own fortune, which is a good teaching, by the way. You should still, you know, believe in it. You should still believe in your own power to create better circumstances for yourself. That being said, we also need to look at reality for what it is and say that it's not only a matter of putting in the work, it's also a matter of achieving regime change so that we can actually restructure the system so that we can have good things again. So yeah, two things can be true at the same time. Now I want to say something that yes, modern dating, sexual dynamics, not super good, let's be real, it's not super good, but I want to give the following recommendation as well for young men. Do not lose hope in women, because if you do lose hope in women, then you will have absolutely no chance in finding a good woman. Now it is hard, but it is possible, and it's only possible if you still believe in it. So realistically speaking, it might be, you know, a slim chance, but same thing if we're talking about achieving regime change in Sweden, to use that as an example. A slim chance, but I still believe in it. So if I were not to believe in it, if I listened to these guys who said you're never gonna get into a position of power, you have no chance in saving Sweden, it's hopeless, Sweden is gone, all of Europe is gone, the UK is gone, Germany is gone, France is gone. Yeah, we can choose to listen to these voices, or we can choose to listen to the voice that says it's a slim chance, but it is possible as long as you believe in it and you work enough that should, if the opportunity presents itself, then you're ready to pounce on it. Same thing if we're talking about women. If the opportunity should present itself, yeah, then you still want to have the capacity to pounce on the opportunity, and you can't really do that if you go around being bitter and if you don't like women, because women, they can sense on you if you don't like women. If you're bitter and if you're jaded, it's not nice, it's not attractive. So instead of listening to these guys who say that all women are so bad and it's hopeless and everything like that, these black pillars or red pillars or whatever you want to call them, don't listen to them, because that will reduce your chances to zero. But if you have a life affirming view of everything, then your chances will increase to 5 or 10%. It's something at least. Same thing if we're talking about the political struggle. As long as we believe in a positive outcome, we can at least, you know, do something about it. So anyway, two things can be true at the same time, that yes, you can increase your chances of good outcomes in life. Yes, you can impose your will on reality. You can reshape reality in accord with your will. It is possible. Second point is also true, that many of these things, they are beyond our control as individuals, and they require regime change. So they require a political solution. So the main thing to strive for is always a political solution. Then until we reach that, we can have, you know, temporary solutions. So to use another example, if you walk through Gotham City and you get attacked by an urban youth, is it your fault? No, it's not your fault, and it shouldn't happen. You can train MMA, train martial arts, you can go to the gym to increase your chances of not being a victim. So that's a temporary solution, but the proper solution is, of course, to not have a society where it happens at all. The proper solution to pornography is to simply ban it. I'm very proud of my work against pornography over all of these years, but at the same time I understand that the primordial desire to look at naked women, it's something that is probably too strong for many young men, many young boys even. So if you have a young boy, he's 13 years of age, he's exposed to pornography. Yes, he hears what I'm saying, he hears me when I say that pornography is bad, but his inner impulses, they don't listen because they're too strong. They say to him, you know, look at this women, these naked women on a screen anyway, because the impulse is so strong. So yeah, it's only so much we can do from the outside. So the temporary solution is that I can say right now, yes, stop watching porn, it's very bad for you. I can encourage people to stop watching it, but the proper solution is to simply ban porn. Then we don't need to try to liberate the minds, the occupied minds of all of these young men who are still addicted to porn. So to use another example, I remember when I was shredded back in the day, when I was my fitness modeling days, when I was really in really good shape. I remember the hard struggles against my own inner impulses. So my entire body, my entire being screamed for food, especially, you know, sweets and pastries and everything like that. And I remember it was a tough battle to take. So if you look at my old pictures here, it's a testament to my willpower and that I could effectively win over these primal impulses. But I will be completely honest, it's really tough, and it's not something it's not a fight I'm willing to take right now, which is why I'm not shredded now, because I don't want to take that fight again. So anyway, it's my point is that if you fight against very primal impulses, it's a battle you're probably gonna lose, and the best thing is to simply not have to take these battles. And should we ban porn, yeah, then no young man is forced to take that battle against his own lower impulses, because then the battle is already won by banning it. So anyway, that's just an example. My main point is that we need to restructure society so that we can again have these nice things, such as love, such as happy families, so that we no longer have, you know, the current sexual situation is that a few top guys, they get all the attention from women. I know this is the case in some places. Now, on a personal note, I have a ride or die wife, which I am very thankful for. She's a very good woman. I'm very happy and thankful for having her. I also know that not all young men are blessed in this way, and that's why my heart breaks. It breaks my heart to know that many young men who would be great fathers, they can't find a woman of their own because the situation is so bad. So that is the black pill. That's the black pill I wanted to talk about. And yeah, what can be done? You can try to optimize as much as possible in your own life. Do train MMA. Do try to get as jacked as possible. Some advice, simple advice. It can only take you so far. It's only so much you can do on your own. But I will also encourage you to not lose hope. Do not lose hope in women, because if you do, then you will have absolutely no chance of finding a wife, because women are not attracted to bitterness, to men who are hostile to women. So you need to be a romantic dreamer, you need to be a sensitive young man, you need to be an unrealistic dreamer, because ultimately, if you want things to happen, you need to be unrealistic. Same thing when it comes to, you know, great men of history. They've all been unrealistic, and they have achieved unrealistic goals as well, because they believed in themselves. So let's make a deal. I'm coming with a trade offer here for you right now. I will keep believing in my own ability to achieve regime change in Sweden and then all of Europe, and you will not lose hope in women. So that's my trade offer. I will keep believing in my own ability to achieve some sort of power, to achieve regime change, and you will believe in your ability that an opportunity could present itself to you, and you will be ready to pounce on the opportunity. So anyway, those were my ramblings for the day. Do check out the links in the description box below. Head over to legiogloria.com, head over to thegoldenone.se. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. XOXO. Boom.